Occasionally, we have situations when we are not disposed to the right machines or tools for leveling wood. In that case, the only way is to use existing tools or find an old method of getting things done. If you visit repair shops or furniture stores, you will see wooden frames in various designs and shapes. They are all designed to look very attractive and beautiful, and this is done by using a planer together with other tools. The planer is a very important tool for every carpenter. However, there are several methods of planing in the absence of hand planes. So, the questions one would ask include: how do we plane wood when we are not using a hand plane? How does planing work? And how do you use a planer? This video will answer those questions in the simplest form. A planer is a tool that aids you in getting the proper thickness and smoothness of a wooden piece. There are different stages of leveling wood. It is recommended that you locate the perfect level that suits your posture before you start planing. A wooden planer is often preferred by handymen over metal ones because it is easier to use. Leveling wood with the planer will help you save time and strength. Obviously, it will be very stressful and tedious if you are looking for other ways to level or flatten wood in the absence of a hand planer. If you don't have a hand planer and you need to work on wood, you don't have to worry about getting stuck. This is because there are numerous ways you can plane or smooth your wood in the absence of a hand plane. Some of them include: 1. Use sandpaper. This is perhaps the oldest method that has been in use for ages. This method requires very thick sandpaper and maybe a small wood that you can fold. This involves holding on to the sandpaper firmly. Grind your sandpaper toward the board repeatedly to ensure efficient operation. You need to use strength to get a good and smooth surface. Remember that planing creates dust that is not good for your body, so you have to shield yourself with a face or nose mask. If you are fortunate to have an electric sander, use it to speed up the work. Note that if excess force is exerted on the sander, it will disturb the plate. And this will cause work to be delayed or stopped completely if the plate is held or damaged. Always align the sander in the position of the grains and use protective equipment. 2. Use a normal table saw. This method works for larger pieces of wood. You have to start by adjusting your blade when you want to use it. You also need to design a jig that holds wood in the correct position. Set the point of the table blade to fit into the 90-degree position. If you don't do this, there will be rough patches on the wood surface that you are working on. After setting everything, you have to power it and commence planing with the table saw. Continuously push the wood back and forth towards the saw blades until you get a nice surface. Make sure you don't stop planing wood halfway, otherwise it will certainly burn. You might have to practice some more with old wood to get your work to have a perfect finish. This should give you experience and hone your skills. 3. Use the drum sander. Naturally, this method is a combination of the features of a blade and sandpaper. While the sander uses a blade to perform its task, this particular planing is done with sandpaper. However, it might take time to complete the work, and this is considered to be very slow. First, you need to prepare a jig on where the drum is mounted. A jig speeds up the work by holding the drum firmly in place. This technique might not be very effective if you have so many planing projects you have to do within a short period and there are no tools available. 4. Use a normal router. This technique is similar to a table saw. This means you must first create a jig platform so that you can fix the wood in an accurate position. It's also about creating stability when planing starts. After the system is set up, you can start planing. When you're done with a particular side, turn the wood and continue on the other side. As with the other techniques, you have to plane for a long time because this method tends not to leave a smooth surface. This means that you are likely to finish the work with a sandpaper. This will certainly give you the smooth surface you want. Take note of the following if you are planing without a planer. Sanding wood is very stressful, especially when large pieces of wood are involved. This means you will be making efforts to smooth wood without the planer. To help yourself, use a wooden block and then place your sandpaper beneath the block so you can hold it with the wooden block while sanding with little effort. If you intend to use the power sander, it is suggested that you use 2 power sanders instead of just one. If you use 2 power sanders placed side by side, you can cover a large area. If you have checked out all the options in this video and you still don't have the desired result, then you need to take the wood to a carpenter and have him do it. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site www.zimplaners.com for more awesome planer content like this.